The typical day of a truck dispatcher it's really important to pay attention to 3 p.m. We'll be talking about this. And of course, your day starts the day before. The day before starts your day for the next day, actually. So let's say today you did a great job, you booked the loads, you talked about, you give the updates, everything on track, your driver's moving to deliver the load. You have plenty of time to prepare for the next day, meaning those drivers, they will be delivering the load. You must get ready for them. You must have loads booked already because they will deliver and they don't want to sit and wait 1 or 2 days to get a load assigned to them so that they can come back home. It's really important. Please pay attention to what I'm saying as far as a driver. Driver is really important. And of course, we said your day starts 1 day before. So the previous day actually dictates for your next day. You know where my trucks are, where they're delivering, where they're picking up. You're updating your brokers, carriers, your shippers, because you're independent. Don't forget, independent truck dispatcher owner. So early in the morning is better. So I start my day at 7 a.m. and there's a huge reason for this. You know why it's so early, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning? Because most of the brokers, they start their day at 5 a.m., even at 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. About like 60 or 70% of the time when I contact broker and I said, hey, like 7 o'clock, are you like in the East Coast or West Coast? And he said, hey, listen, I'm in California. But in California, you guys like 2-3 hours behind of us, and you guys so early. Yes, because brokers, they give great service for their shippers, because those people like manufacturers and shippers assign loads to brokers and they demand a ton of work from them. They updates for loads, like did you assign the loads, because he doesn't have like only one load. He has like hundreds of thousands of loads to assign. It's a great deal as far as great deal of amount of work as far as work goes. So he's really busy. This is why the brokers are ready for work for 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. So you must be ready for getting early or start early. Most of the dispatchers, they start about like 8 o'clock, but it's important 7 o'clock. I start my day at 7 o'clock. Start working at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's important early in the morning, and you must be on top of that. Top of everything as far as your paperwork goes. For example, if your driver's going to deliver, you have maybe 1 day, 2 day, like 3 days free of time. Well, dispatchers say free time when drivers move or trucks are moving. They think that they have free time. No, it's actually where the work begins. You as an independent truck dispatcher, you have plenty of time to work on your leads, getting customers, contacting with brokers, building relationship with brokers, invoicing. You have a ton of work. Don't think that your trucks are moving and you have plenty of work. No, you don't. You must be working all the time, because the money comes from the great service. And don't forget, remember that you are solving a problem. I want to touch a little bit of a time zone, and of course the 3 p.m. is really important, so pay attention to that. Time zone is really important. You are in a different country. Schedule your time accordingly, so pay specific attention. If there's a 5 o'clock in the morning in California, the East Coast is different than there's central time in the United States, so there's a time difference. And we are coming to the 3 p.m. is so important. There's a little bit of pause. Why this 3 p.m. is so important? Broker has plenty of time as far as negotiation goes until 3 p.m. That's what my friends, most of them, they are freight brokers. We spend a lot of time in the coffee shops talking about like freight tracking industry and about the brokerage companies. They have 3 p.m. is where I would say it's a threshold where you don't have any more time. The load must go, right? Your shipper calling you saying, hey, did you assign this load? We gave you 100 loads and you just signed like maybe 10 or 20 loads. What about other 80 loads that we assigned? Loads must move because shippers has their own customers around the country. Broker really under pressure. Load must go. It's really important. Pay attention. Specifically between 2:30 until maybe 4 o'clock, big money is there. This is actually, I'm giving the secret. The big money is there, like 3 p.m. between 2:30 and then 4 o'clock. Brokers, like, they giving crazy money to move load. For example, they had 10 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock in the morning when you called. He had plenty of time, so you maybe gave him an offer. Let's say 5,000. And he said, no, I'm looking for somebody who can, pull this load maybe for $3,500, like $3,500, dollars to move this load. And then maybe you as a carrier or dispatcher saying, hey, I can move this for $4,500, which is $4,500. And he said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just, waiting. And then 2 o'clock, he kind of a little bit of under pressure. And then most of the carriers actually already booked. So there's a supply demand. We'll be talking about loads are low, and then there's the capacity of trucks are more than the capacity of the loads. So we'll be talking about that, but there are less truck in the area. So he's kind of panicking a little bit, and he will be giving crazy amount. Sometimes this load, maybe you as a dispatcher trying to get for $4,000, this load can get up to like $6,000 because the loads must go. So actually another important thing that he is getting ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow he has like hundreds of thousands of loads to assign. It's really, really important. Pay attention to this 3 o'clock or 3 p.m. It's so important.